It's Q12 number 4 2018, and it's already qualified Ashton Davies, my man in charge.
Okay, 12 minutes. If you get an answer correct, you get 2 points. If you get it wrong, you lose half your points. If you've got 0, you may as well just go for it. Only one person will be knocked out. Good luck, here we go. Credited with introducing the modern men's suit, what was the name of the Regency dandy and friend of the future?
Bob Ramos.
D, correct. What was the name of the character? Reset.
Dave.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it. What was the name of the character played by Kenny Everett, a blonde American? Chris.
Cupid stunt.
Correct.
Yeah.
The Demon, the Spaceman, the Catman, the Star Child were the alter. Steve.
Kiss.
Correct.
Yeah.
I can do the resets if you like.
Okay. What was the name of the 2004 biblical drama depicting the final 12 hours of Jesus' life, directed by Mel Gibson? Brendan.
Passion of the Christ.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which Scottish football club are sometimes known as the Jambos? Lee.
Lee.
Oh, God, Kilmarnock.
No, but don't lose anything. Vince.
St Johnson.
No.
Dan.
Dan.
Dundee United.
No. Sometimes known as the Jambos. Mike.
Hibernian.
No.
Oh,
Chris.
Dumbarton.
No.
Are you finished?
Yes. Steve.
Dundee.
No.
No.
Brendan.
Hamilton Academicals.
No.
Anybody else?
Can I have a guess?
Queen of the South.
No. Just Gavin.
Rangers.
No. It's Hearts.
That's
Jam
an-
Tarts.
Oh,
Jambos.
Wasn't the opposite.
That was the easy question there. What was the name of the sitcom first seen in 1981, starring real-life husband and wife Michael Williams and Judi Dench? Lee.
Fine Romance.
Correct. Paul O'Grady hosts the revived version of which TV show? Dan.
Daniel.
Blind Date.
Correct.
I haven't got my scar on. So
Oh, sorry. There we go. Incorporating the name of a US city, by what name is a wheel clamp better known in Lee?
Denver Boot.
Correct. Christian Horner, the team principal of the Red Bull Formula One race? Dan.
Daniel.
Jerry Halliwell.
Correct.
Yeah, worth pressing on that, not worth pressing when you're on 4.
Apart from iron, name either of the other 2 elements which are magnetic. Hammett.
Sodium.
No. Steve.
Cobalt.
Correct.
You had finished that question, hadn't you?
I hadn't, no. Oh, yeah, no, I had. The 1970s TV series Crown Court was set in which fictional town? It's also the name of the town in which Billy the Fish plays football. Gavin.
Fortress.
Correct. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem were the house...
Mike.
Muppets, yeah.
Correct.
Chris Jr. was basically 100th of a second behind.
What is the most commonly used papal name? Mike.
Adrian.
Lose minus 1. So,
Have you, is there more to go on that?
yeah.
Oh,
Oh no,
shit.
sorry, no there wasn't. No, I beg
good.
your pardon.
Right, so
Chris.
John.
Correct.
Of course,
23 of the third.
23rd. Yeah.
9 stone 3 pounds, but post Christmas is the start of whose diary? Hammett.
Bridget Jones.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Which player holds the record for the longest gap between FA Cup final appearances? He played in goal for Newcastle in the '98 final and then for Villa in the 2015 final.
Daniel.
Shea Given.
Correct. What was the name of the 1979 Kit Williams book, which took the form of a...
Curtis
Brendan.
Jr.
Masquerade.
Was?
Whew.
Who was the only Shakespeare-titled character to die before the end of Act 3? Steve.
Julius Caesar.
Yep.
Of course.
Please.
Who was Puff the Magic Dragon's human friend?
Oh, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Well, let's trap the question, unless anybody knows
Jackie
who
Paper.
Little Jackie Paper. Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys.
Was
My
that Chris
mistake.
Stephanie first in? Yeah, I think it was.
Your brother. I mean, sorry.
Am I part of Britain's finest family now?
Go. Sorry.
Apart from the Simpson family themselves, which character has had a speaking role in the most episodes of The Simpsons? Mike.
Oh, no, I don't know.
Chris.
Apu.
No. Steve.
Mo.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, well, of course.
Just.
Which is the only American state?
Whoa.
Which is the only American state to contain a royal palace? Lee.
Hawaii.
Yep.
Of course. Okay,
Who has a typecast cameo role in the film Trainspotting, playing an irritating game show presenter? Chris.
Dale Winter.
Yeah.
Please take it away from me.
Which politician once owned a cat called Harold Wilson?
Mike.
Mike.
Margaret Thatcher.
Nope. Vince.
Which would been.
Nope. Question over, you can have a guess. Brendan?
Jeremy Corbyn.
Correct.
Yeah. No, nice one.
Which former Beirut hostage wrote the book An Evil Cradling? Chris?
McCarthy.
No. Lee?
Terry Waits?
No. Mike?
That's what I thought it was. Terry Waits. I thought
Nothing?
Gavin.
Gavin?
I was going to go for Wade.
No.
Curtis
Brendan?
Jr.
Jackie Mann.
No. The only one you haven't said. No, it was Brian Keenan.
There you go.
Crap that could
Which
have
race
these
course
guys.
is located at Sunbury-on-Thames?
Lee.
Kempton Park.
Correct.
Get in there.
In which country would you find the Pindus Mountains, Lisa?
Yeah.
Pindus Mountains. P-I-N-D-U-S.
Mike.
Mike?
Cyprus.
No. Chris?
South Africa.
No. Lee?
Greece.
Correct.
Oh, wrong one.
Lead back off.
Which 19th century work of literature, is subtitled A Novel with No Hero? Mike?
Frankenstein.
No.
Curtis Jr.
Brendan?
Tom Jones.
No. Lee?
Lee.
Vanity Fair.
Correct.
Oh, good shout. Well done.
Andean and Californian are the only two living species of which bird?
Mike.
Mike?
Condor.
Correct. Who are the current holders of Rugby League's Challenge Cup? Lee?
Hull FC.
Correct.
Yeah, should have gone.
Is it?
Yeah. Twice
Double
in a row.
last two. Who is the current Director General of the BBC?
That's a good question.
Useless at
Hammett.
quizzes.
Hall.
Tony Hall. Name either of the only two Carry On films whose original titles did not carry the prefix Carry On. Brendan.
Follow that camel.
Correct.
Don't lose your head. Is it?
Yep. Who voiced the character of Simba in the 1994 film The Lion King?
Mike.
Matthew Broderick.
Correct. Which Baroque painter, 1571 to 1610, was a notorious brawler who, having been jailed several times, was forced to flee from Rome to Naples after receiving a death sentence for murder? Hammett.
Hammett.
Caravaggio.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew
That's why I wasn't going to go.
Absolutely not.
That's who it was.
5 minutes to go. Which American painter spent much of his adolescence in Russia? On returning to the US, he entered the US Military Academy at West Point, but was dismissed by Robert E. Lee for persistent rule breaking. Mike.
Mike.
Edward Hopper.
Nope. Free guess. Question over.
Vince.
Pollock.
Nope. Chris.
Whistler.
Correct.
Oh, of course.
Who was the US Secretary of State between Madeleine Albright and Condoleezza Rice? Nope, it was Colin Powell. Who was Mayor of New York between Rudy Giuliano and Bill de Blasio? Chris?
Ed Koch.
Nope.
Lee.
Lee.
Michael Bloomberg.
Michael Bloomberg.
Lead on a nice score.
What kind of animal was Beatrix Potter's Samuel Whiskers?
Mike.
Mouse.
Nope.
Curtis.
Rat.
Ah, come on.
Which American novel has the alternative title Life Among the Lowly? Mike.
Catcher in the Rye.
Nope. Dan.
Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Correct.
Good answer.
Well done.
Set in a fictitious LA suburb, which soap opera, which ran from 79 to 83, centred on four married couples living in a cul-de-sac called Seaview Circle? Chris.
Chris.
Lost Landing.
Correct.
Yeah, good.
Can we just have a pause? Hey, up.
3 minutes 53 seconds to go, and the scores: Lee
Hammett.
16, Chris 14, Steve 10, Brendan Daniel 8, Amit, Mike 6, Gavin 4, Vince in the danger seat.
Okay, if it gets any closer, I'm going to have to go back into playing mode. I think.
Okay. What title is conferred by Israel on non-Jews who gave significant assistance? Vince.
Friend of the Righteous.
No. To Jews during the Holocaust, for example, Oskar Schindler. No, it's Righteous Amongst the Nations. Unlucky.
Vince.
Which sporting event takes place every April or May at the family seat of the Duke of Beaufort in Gloucestershire? Lee.
Badminton.
It is again, badminton.
Back again, yeah.
On a street called Westgate, in which town will you find a giant metallic feather marking the spot reckoned to be in the exact centre of the medieval Sherwood Forest?
Beep.
Chris.
Nottingham.
Nope. Vince.
Mansfield.
Correct.
Very nice.
Whom did Sid Vicious replace as bassist in the Sex Pistols in early 1977?
Vince hasn't come up as a score.
Oh, sorry. No, he has now. Steve?
Glenn Matlock.
Glenn Matlock. Who played the annoyingly irrepressible priest?
Whoa.
Who played the annoyingly irrepressible priest and youth group leader, Father Noel Furl?
Oh, bloody hell.
Graham Norton.
Oh!
Who was the subject of the 2015 Oscar-winning documentary Citizen 4?
Oh,
Mike.
no, what's he called? No, I've gone.
Vince.
Clinton.
Nope. Hammett.
Assange.
Nope.
That's all I was thinking.
Snowden.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew it was one of them two.
Born in 1942 in Dublin, which doctor presented In the Psychiatrist's Chair on Radio 4 from 1982 to 2001? Chris.
Claire.
Claire. Anthony Clare. He died in 1703 and is thought to have been called Eustache d'Auger. How was he better known to history?
Mike.
Vlad the Impaler.
Nope. It's the man in the iron mask.
Of course, right.
What profession is a translation of the Ukrainian word Shakhtar, as in the football team Shakhtar Donetsk? Mike.
Farmer.
No. Chris.
Dentist.
No. Amit.
Doctor.
No.
Lawyer.
Vince. No. Steve.
Railway.
No. It's coal. Coal mine.
Lee?
Sorry, I don't just like getting the
said
answer.
that.
Reset.
What was it, sorry?
Coal miner.
Coal miner, really?
Which playwright died in Stratford-upon-Avon in 1984? He was known for his propaganda radio broadcasts, which were credited with strengthening morale during the Battle of Britain. Steve?
C.S. Forrester.
No, it's J.B. Priestley.
Oh, yeah.
Of which 1980 film is Sir Lou Grade said to have remarked, it would have been cheaper to lower the Atlantic? Chris?
Raise the Titanic.
Titanic.
Let's have a little pause.
1 minute and 8 seconds to go.
Uh,
And just do the bottom. Vince is on 2, aiming for Gavin on 4. So 1 correct question. Which recurring TV sketch featured Captain Link Hogthrob and Dr. Julius Strangepork? Brendan.
I don't know what it's called, but it's a Mitchell and Webb one when they're reacting.
No, Chris.
Pigs in
Pigs in
space.
space.
I knew that one!
With over 1.5 million inhabitants, which city is the 5th largest in the USA and the most populous state capital? Chris.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which actor appears in the 1968 film The Swimmer, in which he swims across several gardens in a small Connecticut town in order to get home? Steve.
Paul Newman.
No. Lee.
Dustin Hoffman.
No. Anyone else? Burt Lancaster. Also known as the White Monks, to which monastic order did the monks at Fountains Abbey belong? Steve.
Cistercian.
Correct. Who wrote the novel on which the film Jaws is based? Chris.
Peter Bench.
Correct. Roger Federer is second on the list of all-time male tennis ranking event wins. Who with 109 is first? Brendan.
Jimmy Connors.
Correct.
Wow.
What was the name of the racehorse which was the subject of an ownership dispute between Sir Alex Ferguson and stud farm magnate John Magnier? Chris.
Rock of Gibraltar.
Correct.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause. At 5 seconds.
Okay, that was it then. Time expired. It was just going on to 1 second. That's
Right.
gone.
Okay.
Just want to do one more question.
Yeah, going to the last question.
We always do one last question. Okay.
Yeah.
One last question. So
Well,
there's a chance.
can it make any difference?
it can make a difference.
Yes.
Right. Vince, if you get this and Gavin
Okay.
doesn't.
Here we go,
you're
last
in the
question.
play. Hang on a minute.
Reset.
Is it traditional at this point for everybody else to step up?
No, everybody else can do what they like.
No, because we had a real
Really irritates female women.
Okay, here's the last question.
Halifax.
In the Lord of the Rings books, by what name is Aragorn introduced when first... That is Gavin.
Strider.
Strider.
Get in!
Right answer.
Well played. And I think a good call from Ashton actually say he played that round.
Yeah.
Because it's always, we're here for the buzz, aren't we? So let's put that on pause. And we kind of, are we all...
Round 2, the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 round. You come in at 6 points, that's what you'll get, but you will lose 6 points if you are wrong. Top 4 out of 8 at the end of this go through to the final. Good luck.
Just checking, can you get -6?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get
yes.
easily
Easily.
first, it's
Plus-
And
-6.
even if you, the question's never dead, so you will still get -1 even if the 1 point clue is finished.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good luck. First question. For 6 points, this sporting event is screened by the BBC and uses a theme tune called The Trap from a 1966 film of the same name about a Canadian fur trapper. For 5 points, the Ever-Presents are a group of people who have participated in every one of these... Somebody got in?
Yep.
Chris?
London Marathon.
The right answer.
Good start, good start.
Do you know how many Ever-Presents there are, Chris?
It's now down to about 18 or 20, something.
11 now.
Wow.
All men.
Yep, that's all great.
Question 2. For 6 points, this city's patron saint is John the Baptist. For 5 points, it lost its city status when the devolved executive of this country... Kevin.
No,
Sorry, I was thinking
Say
of
something.
Rochester, but it's not.
Not Rochester, -5.
I was thinking Rochester straight away and lost the city status.
Re-examined the definition of a city and produced a revised list from which this place was omitted. For 4 points, it regained its city status in 2012 to mark the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. For 3 points, it has a population of 43,500 and is known as the gateway to the Highlands and the Fair City. Steve,
Steve next.
Okay, wait to have it. Inverness.
-3.
Lee next.
Lee,
Sterling.
-3.
Oh.
Anybody else coming in? No. For 2 points, it is situated on the banks of the River Tay.
Oh, you.
For 1 point, what is this Scottish city, home to St Johnstone with
I don't believe it. I'm thinking.
Chris?
Perth.
Perth is the right answer.
Thought that at 3 and I was not brave enough.
That's weird. Gateway to the Highlands, isn't it?
Not
Like,
really, is it? But
Bombing
Yeah.
at the A9 though, wasn't it?
question 3. For 6 points, this man died at the age of 47 without legitimate issue. For 5 points, he's buried in a sarcophagus which was originally intended for Cardinal Wolsey. For 4 points, he is the inspiration. Steve,
Cromwell.
-4.
Ooh.
He is the inspiration for the 53rd most common pub name in Britain. For 3 points, he was created Duke of Bronte of the Kingdom of Sicily by King Ferdinand I. For 2 points, although more famous for words he spoke shortly beforehand, his actual dying words were God and my country. For 1 point, who was this naval hero of the Battle of Trafalgar? Lee.
Nelson.
Nelson.
Great.
1 point.
Bronte.
Bronte. Question 4. For 6 points, this man's study was dominated by a portrait of himself as a young man playing cricket, which was a lifelong passion. For 5 points, early in his career he was a writer on the Dick Emery Show. For 4 points, his first wife was actress Vivian Merchant.
Steve.
Tim Rice.
-4. It's one of those, isn't it?
Yep, it's one of those. Quite.
He's better known for his second marriage to a prominent historian and novelist. For 3 points, this man's plays are generally classified as either comedies of menace or memory plays.
Amit.
Pinter.
Pinter.
Oh, of course, yeah.
2 points? No, 3 points. Question 5. For 6 points, this film was written by Melissa Matheson, who also drafted a sequel which was never made, as the director felt it would rob the original of its virginity. For 5 points, the features of the title character were modelled on those of Albert Einstein and Ernest Hemingway. For 4 points, the concept of the film was based on an imaginary friend created by the director after his parents' divorce in 1960. For 3 points,
Steve.
E.T.
E.T.
Oh,
4 points.
Got to be in it to win it.
Number 6. For 6 points, this chemical element is the 24th most abundant in the Earth's crust and has 5 stable isotopes. For 5 points, alchemists used to burn this element in air to form what they called philosopher's wool. For 4 points, the element was probably named by Paracelsus after the German word for tooth or prong. For 3 points, the most common ore of this element is sphalerite. For 2 points, galvanization is the process of applying...
Lee.
Zinc.
Is right.
That's
What
absolutely.
was this round end again?
That was very
At
close.
the end of 12 questions, the bottom
a
4
zero.
drop out.
So that's halfway through. The scores are not very good. Chris 6, Amit 3 are the only people in positives. Lee 0 is a good score, but everyone's on 0 who's not pressed. So Brendan, Daniel, Mike. Gavin -5, Steve -7. Question 7. For 6 points, this band provide the opening tracks on both Now That's What I Call Music 41 and Now That's What I Call Music 42, released in 1998 and 1999 respectively. For 5 points, the 4 surviving members of the band have announced the 25th anniversary tour in 2018, together with a new studio album with what they call an urban influence. For 4 points, previous albums have included Brother, A Different Beat and Dublin to Detroit. Lee
Boyzone.
is the right answer.
Yeah.
4 points.
Oh,
25. Yes,
Yeah, is that Lee?
Looking good now.
different beach was, yeah.
Question 8. 6 points. The Simpsons episode Brother from Another Series contained numerous references to this sitcom.
Oh crap.
Steve.
Go for Friends. I was going to go for Family Guy, but it doesn't qualify as a sitcom, does it? I was going to say Family Guy.
For 5 points, only one episode of this sitcom, the 1000th, was actually filmed in the city in which it is set. For 4 points, the creators wanted it to be set as far away as possible from the show from which it was a spin-off, so the network could not insist on characters from the original making guest appearances. For 3 points, in 1996 a cookbook was released, purportedly by the show's... Who is it?
Amit.
What's it called? Crane.
No. -3. Cookbook released by the show's two main characters entitled Cafe Nervosa.
Yeah,
In reference...
Of course it is.
Who's next, Vince?
Sorry. Junior Curtis.
Frasier.
Correct.
Yeah,
3
I should have
points.
got that earlier.
Sorry, Amit. You're right. Question 9. For 6 points, sports teams in Carolina, Charlotte, Cleveland, Chicago and Bangkok have this animal's name as a suffix.
Steve.
Panthers.
-6.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be, but I had to.
Amit.
Tiger.
6. 5 points. This animal provided the name of a novel by Frederick Forsyth in 2010.
Gavin.
Shit. So I was going to say jackal, but
The
it's
shit
not
jackal.
5. For 4 points, species of this animal include the rinkhals, the shield nose and the black desert. For 3 points, an inversion on a roller coaster which involves 2 corkscrews is named after this animal, as the track is said to resemble this creature's head. For 2 points, a beer founded in 1989 by Karan Bill Moria, who found British lagers too fizzy and bloating, was named after this animal. For 1 point, what are these snakes of the genus Naja, whose
Yeah,
Mike.
must be Cobra.
is cobra?
I was going to go for that as well.
1 point. That could be
Well,
useful.
you got
Very
it.
important at the moment.
Yeah, well done, Mike. You're doing great.
Question 10. For 6 points, this drink was launched in 1924 by Fred and Tom Pickup in Manchester.
Yeah.
For 5 points, from 96 to 2007, the letter I in its name was a stylised...
I should have gone straight
That's
away.
Mike.
It's Tizer.
It's Tizer.
Should have gone straight away. Pick up.
Right.
I'll let you off now.
Thank you.
Okay, 2 questions to go. The scores are Chris and Mike on 6, Lee on 4, Brendan on 3, Daniel on 0, Amit -6, Gavin -10, Steve -19.
Yay.
Penultimate question. For 6 points, this board game was first produced by Ideal in 1963. For 5 points, in 2017 a re-release version of this game was endorsed by Mensa, as the adaptations were designed to allow players to practice cause and effect and employ decision-making skills. For 4 points, the game's original designer Marvin Glass refused to pay licensing fees or royalties to American cartoonist and inventor Rube Goldberg, despite Glass openly acknowledging the game was inspired by Goldberg's drawings. For 3 points, the game was adapted into a life-size game show which featured on the British children's TV show Motormouth. Child contestants took the place of the pieces. For 2 points, the pieces travel along a roughly square-shaped path segmented into spaces, some of which carry instructions, some of which are build spaces simply marked with numbers. For 1 point, what is this children's board game in which players compete to build a Heath Robinson-style contraption using cranks, gears...
That would be Gavin first.
Mousetrap.
Correct,
Yeah,
for 1 point.
should have gone for that
Well,
earlier.
I was thinking that on 6, but I didn't have the front to go for it.
Last question, so... Daniel on 0, you need to catch Brendan on 3.
That's it, I'll touch.
For 6 points, in Christianity this colour represents the sin of gluttony.
Green.
Is not the right
I'm
answer.
not
Go
Okay.
for it, though. I had to go for it.
Yep.
For 5 points, in the colour system devised by the US Department of Homeland Security, a threat level of this colour is second highest. For 4 points, this colour appears on the flags of Bhutan and Niger. For 3 points, sports teams which include this colour in their kit include NHL side the New York Islanders, NBA team the Phoenix Suns, and the football team Shakhtar Donetsk again. For 2 points, blue is considered to be the complementary colour to this.
That would be Mike.
Orange.
Yes, 2 points. So Mike Lees is the winner of that round with 8. Chris Curtis 6, Lee Warburton 4, Brendan Curtis 3. There are 4 qualifiers.
Could you 4 guys move there and we'll move right on?
As well.
Thank you all, and the only one.
It's the final of Q12 Qualifier number 4 2018. In the final we've got Chris, Brendan, Lee and Mike Lees. Mike Lees takes the greatest start in Schadenfreude, don't you? You're happy because we've been knocked out, not because you're in the final.
Yeah, basically.
And rounding off a fabulous week, I don't know if you've watched the Lightspeed quiz which Brendan won. That should be on YouTube if you're watching this. And they also log into ITV Player and watch Britain's dorkiest siblings or something, and you'll see Brendan and Chris winning a trip to
Florida. And NASA.
Flow Rider. How about that? So don't go to Epcot, it's shite. It really is.
Okay, this is the final. You need 12 correct answers, excluding negs, to win. You've got 3 lives. Interruptions will lose you. Incorrect interruptions will lose you a life. Good luck. The last answer in the previous Q12 was rabbit. Questions will follow thematically. So number 1. The film Rabbit Proof Fence is set in which country?
Curtis Jr.
Australia.
Correct.
Queensland, I should imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Number 2.
Oh, reset,
Reset, please.
Who are the current AFL Aussie Rules football champions? They share their name with an area of London and a town in Yorkshire, and it's the most commonly used question.
Chris!
Richmond.
It is Richmond. Richmond Tigers, specifically.
Reset.
Who plays Richmond Avenel, a former...
Curtis Jr.
Noel Fielding.
Correct.
Yeah, girls.
IT crowd.
Who is author Helen Fielding's best-known literary creation?
No.
Curtis Jr.
Bridget Jones.
Right. Bridget Christie, winner of the 2013 Foster's Edinburgh Comedy Award, is married to which fellow stand-up comedian?
Mike.
Lee Mack.
Chris.
Tim Vine.
No.
Lee.
Forgotten the name. No, sorry.
Brendan?
Forgotten his name.
Sam Delaney. No,
Stuart Lee.
Oh,
Lee,
bloody hell, I've seen him as well.
From 1959 to 1962, Lee Harvey Oswald lived in which Soviet city, now a national capital?
Lee.
Kiev.
No.
Unlucky. Mike.
Minsk.
Correct.
Get in.
Minsky.
Who was the first Belarusian to win a Grand Slam tennis tournament?
Chris.
Max Mooney.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Mike.
Azarenka?
Yes.
Get in!
Wrong bloody pen.
Victoria Azarenka. The Victoria Tube Line runs from Brixton to which station in the northeast of the city?
Lee.
Cockfosters. No.
Reasonable guess. Come on, people.
Brendan?
Is it Highbury and Islington?
No.
You can't lose.
Pimlico.
No. Well, that is on Victoria.
That is on the Victoria
Is it?
line.
That was a complete
Yeah.
central.
No, don't know.
No, it's Walthamstow.
Oh, right.
So, what is the postcode for Walthamstow?
Yeah.
Lee.
He's 17.
Oh, look at
What colour is the E in the logo of online auction site eBay?
Mike by
Blue?
No.
50th of a second. Behind Lee.
Yellow?
No.
Chris.
red.
Correct.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
A useful one. A useful
Terrible.
2 points.
Terrible.
What was Native American rock band Redbone's biggest UK hit, reaching number 2 in 1971?
Chris.
Running Bear.
Johnny Preston. 1960.
I've no idea.
Oh, no.
Just thinking of
Yeah,
something
Helen.
about Reddit.
The Witch Queen of New Orleans.
Queen of New Orleans. Reset.
Reset.
Extending 13 blocks from Canal to Esplanade Avenue in the French Quarter, what is the name of the main entertainment drag in New Orleans?
Curtis Jr.
Is it Beale Street?
It's not. It's Memphis.
Chris, nothing
Bourbon
lost.
Street.
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street.
There's a moon
Shouts
over
about
Bourbon
Bourbon
Street.
Street, yeah.
Sting.
Dale Street in Memphis, you fool. Who's that?
No, we're good.
Right.
Yeah.
Which bourbon whiskey, the favourite of Hunter S. Thompson, is advertised with the slogan "Give 'em the bird"?
Mike,
The Grouse.
Nope.
Lee,
Jim Beam.
Nope. Anything? Nope.
Old
Turkey,
Turkey,
isn't it?
Old Turkey,
Wild.
Wild
Wild
Turkey.
Turkey. Oh,
The
yeah.
Elton.
Old Turkey. That's me.
Comes up
Lisa.
Thanks, Lee.
What is the name of the current president of Turkey?
Mike,
Heard of it?
yeah.
6662 at the moment.
That's good.
Apart from Delhi, name any of the 6 Indian states in which Urdu is an official language.
Mike,
Punjab.
No.
Chris,
Goa.
No.
Lee,
Rajasthan.
No.
Oh. No.
Amar Pradesh.
Where?
Is it Amar Pradesh?
No.
No.
Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir would be the obvious one, but also Telangana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Jharkhand,
I like the way the first two of you picked states as far away from Delhi as you could get.
Yeah, mate.
and West Bengal was the last one. The Cincinnati Bengals have played in and lost 2 Super Bowls. Name either team with the unenviable record of having played in 4 Super Bowls and lost a lot.
Lee,
Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Good,
And the other one,
Oakland
Indianapolis
Raiders.
Colts.
Minnesota Vikings.
right, the break's over now. Let's get back to the quiz.
Which actor played the lead role of Einar in the 1958 film The Vikings? He received a standing ovation at the 2018 Golden Globes when he helped to present an award with his daughter-in-law.
Lee,
Kirk Douglas.
Correct.
Of course.
has to be,
Six,
doesn't it?
666.
Wow.
Oh,
I think I'm going to run out of questions. I might well do this thing.
got plenty.
Okay.
I've got some spares on here as well.
Apart from Liverpool, name either of the other 2 English destinations to which ferries run from Douglas on the Isle of Man.
Mike,
Bristol.
No.
Lee.
Haitian.
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
you took the hard one there, didn't
Yeah. The easy one is Birkenhead.
you? Yeah.
Birkenhead Park was the model for which much more famous park, established in 1857, and which lies between 59th and 110th Streets.
Curtis Jr.
Central Park.
James Michael Tyler played which character in Friends, whose unrequited love...
Curtis Jr.
Gunther.
Good.
That's the one. Yeah.
Gunter Grass's novel The Tin Drum is the first in a trilogy named after which...
Mike,
Oh shit, Leipzig.
No.
Ah.
And that is First Life Lost.
I'm not going to reset.
Named after which former name of a Polish city.
Oh,
Chris.
Danzig.
Correct.
that's what I
That's what you were trying to say.
I was going to say Gdansk, and I knew it was
Yeah, unlucky
Gdansk.
that.
Got the right city in the
You got
wrong
your
one.
Zig, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of Zig, the puppets Zig and Zag are best known for their appearances on which 1990s television?
Curtis Jr.
The Big Breakfast.
Yes. Move it away a bit. Breakfast at Tiffany's was a #1 hit for which band in 19...
Curtis Jr.
Deep Blue something.
Yeah, not once he was in there, you weren't going to lose that one, are you?
Deep Blue something. Blue John Cavern is a cave system in which...
Lee,
Peak District.
Prompt. No, Alpha minus.
Oh.
Finish the question. In which English county?
sorry.
Mike.
Derbyshire.
Yeah, Lee, that was you know, I mean, he plays it right.
No,
It's one of those brutal ones, it really is.
I didn't realise that could be an answer. Okay.
Just
Who was the MP for South Derbyshire from 19...
Chris.
Edwina Curry.
Was?
Wow. Never been there.
Which staple curry house favourite takes its name from the Persian for 2 onions? Lee.
Duppyhausen.
Nice one.
Called the drawing room of Europe by Napoleon, the Piazza San Marco is in which Italian city?
Mike.
Venice.
14, 10, 10, 10.
So we do it again.
What name is given to the top award at the Venice Film Festival?
Mike.
The Golden Bear.
No.
Nope.
No.
Lee.
Golden Lion.
Yes.
Oh, bloody hell.
Bears Berlin.
Yeah, no. Terrible.
Golden Lion. Lionel Richie co-wrote which charity single with Michael Jackson in 9?
Curtis Jr.
We are the world.
Pop music is having it all your own way.
I'm not getting this question. Here we go. Who was the only non-American to sing on We Are the World?
Curtis Jr.
Bob Geldof.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
What was the name of Bob Geldof's daughter who died of...
Mike.
Peaches.
Correct. Which band were moving to the country to eat a lot of...
Mike.
Stranglers.
Nope.
No.
I jumped in.
Another
I
one.
jumped in.
Presidents of the USA.
Correct.
Great tune too. Where were you, Brendan?
No,
Peaches,
not
it was
one I
going to
know.
be presidents all the way.
No.
Who is the only US president to win a Pulitzer Prize?
Chris.
JFK.
Correct.
Just check those cameras are going, will you? This is too good to miss.
Yeah. What was the name of the matriarch of the Kennedy family?
Chris.
Maria.
Minus life. Matriarch of the Kennedy family, mother to Jack, Bobby, Teddy, and wife to Joe.
Lee.
Martha.
Martha. Mike.
Rose?
It was Rose.
Oh,
Brilliant.
brilliant.
Kennedy.
In which city
Well-
did
Sorry. Thanks.
In which city did Rosa Parks refuse to give up?
Clive. Chris, sorry. Chris. Clive.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Minus a life, I'm afraid.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, it's Mike.
That's what I was going to go for. Montgomery?
Correct.
Oh!
Nice save.
What a save.
That was
We're
lucky.
going 18,
Very
16,
useful.
14, 12, but a lot of people lost lives. Montgomery Clift plays rodeo rider Perce Howland in which 1961 film, best known as the last completed film of both its
Chris.
The Misfits.
Misfits.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What a great
That'll be
game.
close, this.
These now do not follow because I'm out of questions. In which town is the cartoon strip Andy Capp set?
Chris.
Hartlepool.
Correct.
Oh, real time.
What a dump. Sorry.
Daniel Ek is the founder and CEO of which company, which has been heavily criticised by musicians such as Tom York, David Byrne, and Taylor Swift?
Lee.
Oh, it's, God.
Come on.
Oh, sorry, I've forgotten. I know it.
Curtis Jr.
Spotify.
Yeah. Spotify as well.
You let him have that. That was an open the door and walk
I
in.
forgot it, just went blank.
Which song, which has become a Hibernian FC anthem, is the title track of the musical which features the songs of the Reed twins?
Mike.
Sunshine on Leaf.
Correct.
Went to see it 2 nights ago.
Oh, it's close,
What
this.
two-word phrase did Coldplay's Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow use to describe their separation?
Oh,
Brendan.
Conscious uncoupling.
Yeah.
And needs one more.
Yeah.
In which English city is the longest guided busway in the world? It connects the city to Histon and Impington, among other places. Chris.
Chris.
Leicester.
No. Mike.
Oxford.
No. Lee.
Cambridge.
Correct.
Oh, bloody. Of course it is.
22, 18, 16, 16. Galaxies come in 3 classes: spiral, irregular, and which other? Chris.
Regular.
No.
No, I know this as well. I know this as well.
May I?
Yeah.
Elliptical.
Elliptical. Okay. What was the name of the rocket that launched a car into space earlier this year? No. Falcon Heavy.
That's the
Okay.
one. Bloody heavy. No, no.
Which horse won the 2017 Epsom Derby? Mike.
Mike.
What's it called? No, I think I've got it. I won't come. Come.
Curtis Jr.
High Chaparral?
No,
No.
a few years ago.
Much longer ago.
It is Wings of Eagles.
Wings of Eagles.
Absolutely fantastic run.
50 to 1 winner.
Yeah, I don't like horse racing,
Reset,
but that
please.
makes the
I should have known that.
nerves. Well,
In what year? No leeway. It was the Battle of the Nile. Free guess.
free guessing now. Chris.
1799.
No.
Mike.
95.
No.
Lee.
1798.
Correct.
Yes.
Oh, bloody hell.
Reset.
Stop multitasking. I can't single task.
How many clubs are golfers allowed to carry?
Mike.
14.
Correct.
Oh.
It's close.
In football, Who do Barcelona play in the Barcelona derby? Lee.
Espanyol.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, that was the one.
The new £1 coin was released in 2017. How many sides does it have?
Curtis Jr.
12.
Yeah,
Is the right answer.
Oh!
there you go.
So you had a 2, 1, 2, 2.